Hi guys, I'm Noura. Welcome to my channel. I have Cushing's disease and polycystic ovarian syndrome, and this YouTube is all about how to deal with having chronic illnesses. So welcome, and I'm so glad you're here. Yay! So today we're going to talk about how to have self-love while dealing with a chronic illness. Something that I've found to be really difficult is learning to love who I am now. I was 80 pounds thinner before I got sick, and I was way more motivated, and I felt like I really had a career in place, and now I have trouble waking up. And as much as things are a lot better, my life is different than what it was before, and it took me a really long time to get to a point where I was cool with that. So how did I get cool with that? They talk about faking it till you make it. Honestly, I do think it's very helpful to fake it until you make it. I also have found that body neutrality is so great. There's so much about body positivity out there and learning to love your body, and I found it was too hard of a step because I was 24 and I had scars all over my body, and I didn't get a baby out of it. I didn't get anything out of it. I just had scars from this tumor. But I love my body now. I'm learning to. I don't love it every day, but that started with me learning how to be neutral about my body, learning how to just not hate it, and then not dislike it, and then not feel much about it. Just feel neutral about it. And I think that that's a really important step, is just body neutrality. I work 3 jobs right now, mostly because working 3 gives me the flexibility. I do eventually hope to transition into 1 job, but for now 3 jobs is working for me. And sometimes I mourn what I had before, in the career that I had before. I was acting, and I had an agent, and I lost my agent when I got sick. Partly because I wasn't able to communicate properly and explain what I was going through, but I was acting and making films, and now I'm not doing the things that I was really passionate about. So how do you overcome that? One, I think it's important to always keep your passions going, whatever way you can. So right now I'm writing a novel. Who knows if it'll ever get anywhere, but it makes me really happy, even if it's not my main thing. And I think that having hobbies, and they're hobbies for now, maybe it'll become a career eventually, but having things that make you happy in your life is so important. And I also think that in general, like, nobody's lives go exactly the way they want it to, and everybody experiences disappointment. Unfortunately, we experience it more often because our disappointment is not something we can just get over and move past. It's something that we are going to live with for the rest of our lives. We have these illnesses. This is a part of who we are now, and we have to learn how to like, hopefully, this person that we've become. And the way that I did that was I grieved who I was, and I said goodbye to her. It's like, see you later. And I tried to learn what I like now and what works for me now. And it's so hard sometimes to not think, well, what if and what could have been, but I want you to keep in mind that people who don't have chronic illnesses experience the same what ifs and the same questions. And it doesn't make you an outcast or different because you're wondering these things. It's hard to be vulnerable and to admit that there are things that you wanted that you might not get. And it's hard to think about the person you were before you got sick sometimes. And I'm going to keep this in the video because I do think it's important that you guys see that I don't always have it together, even though I may look like I do on YouTube or on my TikTok. Although I try to be vulnerable whenever I can. But the main thing is, you have to follow what makes you happy. And I know that that's so easy to say, but you can do it in small ways. So I now schedule time for myself every single day, even if it's just 20 minutes, to do something that makes me happy. It can be taking a bath if that's what I need that day. It can be working on my novel. It could be painting. It could be playing games. It could be taking a nap. Whatever I need that day to make me happy, I do that. And so I think that sometimes when you are dealing with chronic illnesses, it's hard to not feel sad. I think it's okay to be sad, and I think it's okay to grieve. I think that you have to invest in and work in being happy and working towards that. So yeah, my biggest advice is to schedule in time and to mourn who you were and be okay with who you're becoming. And the things that you might do are so awesome. You're not limited because you're sick. Your path is just different. And I mean, think of it this way. If I never got sick, I never would have been able to communicate with so many of you. I've made so many friends and so many great connections in the chronically ill community. So I truly appreciate that, and appreciate that I've been able to help you and you've been able to help me along the way. And that never would have happened. So open yourself up to the opportunity that your life might be different, but it's not worse. And sometimes it's hard to come to terms with that, but I'm proud of you and I'm here for you. So sorry if this was an emotional one, but thank you guys so much for watching. And if you would like to learn more about Cushing's, PCOS, or being chronically ill, this is the place to do it and to communicate. So feel free to subscribe below. Lots of love, you guys.